Hello there. Good morning. I hope we all are having a wonderful time. It's a pleasure to be here today. Uh, how was your week? Share with us. Let us know how you spent your week. What have you been doing? We are glad to be here. I am Adebayo, Samuel Adedoyin, and it's a pleasure to be here today. It has been a busy week for me, a very busy week, but somehow, somewhere, I have tried to be here. Okay, so it's a pleasure to be here today, and I'm glad to see our friends already coming up. Oh, thank you, Sister Chinwe. Sister Chinwe is here. Sister Chinwe Nanaba. It's a pleasure to see you. Chinwe, you can see how my face looks. You can see how it has been a busy week. It has really been a busy week. But it's a pleasure to be seeing you here live today. Good morning. God bless you. How are my sisters over there? All right. Yes, it's a pleasure to be having you all here today. And yeah, it is going to be a really interesting topic because still on values and character development. It's going to be a time to reflect on what we know, what we have been moving all around. Actually, this we have been talking about values and character development, and today's topic is understanding love, right? Understanding love and learning how to practice, showing true love to people. Now, remember, even though that this topic is a very a very wide topic, I'm going to streamline it only to values and character development, because to talk about love, it can take a whole year. It can take a whole year. Hey, we have somebody else already joining us. Ali, Rokoraka, how are you? How are you doing? How is your new place? Hope you're enjoying it. Great. Now, love. What is love? What are we talking about when it comes to love? Now, I want us to note quickly that we are talking about values and character development, so that it can form the basis of or the background to what we'll be talking about today. And we are talking about values and character development. Love becomes crucial. Love becomes something that we cannot do without. Love becomes the umbrella at which puts together every other, values and characters that we have been talking about over the past few months. Okay, love encapsulates them. Okay, now I want us to understand that without love, it will be very difficult for us to exhibit some of the values that we have taught in the past. Hello, Sister Stella. It's a pleasure to see you here today, and we are glad that you are joining us. We have been talking about values and character development. It has been what has been moving Esther, my wife, and I for a long time, and we decided to go with this topic. All right, but on values and character development, we want to see, people changing. We want to see people, being reformed in their minds, in their ways of life, according to their character, So that is what has been inspiring us. Thanks for joining us today. Now, back to our topic, love, understanding love. It's going to be very difficult for so many of us if we do not have love. I mean, many people talk about love as if it's something that yes, love is something that is very easy to find. Just that it's a mixture of so many misunderstandings, and if you try to assume that love is just one part of the whole, then of course we will miss it. What do I mean? When I say the whole, the whole understanding of a topic, for example, or a subject matter, if we just take a part of it and say we use that one to say, okay, that will be the the whole meaning of what you're talking about, then we're not justifying the topic we are really trashing. Okay, when we take love, for example, if I ask someone, for example, what's your understanding of love, even if the person does not want to tell me exactly what is in his or her mind, all right, some of the things that you could find in their minds could be: number one, love is romance. Okay. Number two, love is sex. Number three, love is giving. Number four, love is showing affection, showing emotion, is something that is emotional, and that is shown towards the object, that object or object that the person is in love with. Okay, all right. So love could be caring, could be so many things that we know that the people are attached with love. Okay, but the truth of the matter is, I want us to understand that love is more than what we are thinking it is. All right, in this broadcast we will understand the real meaning of love and how we can practice showing or giving love to other people. That is primarily what this topic will be about. All right, what is the true meaning of love and how we can practice showing love or giving love to other people. With this, at the end of this topic, we will be able to detoxify our minds of years of misconceptions on what love is about, and then begin to see life from a different perspective. Okay, now, what are the misconceptions that we find about love? Because it would be better to start from this angle. All right, because everybody has a form of understanding of what love is all about. But let us first look at the misconceptions that we find already about love, and let's just try and correct them. Okay, and then from there we will build up to what love is all about. The first misconception that people have about love is that love is something that is generated from the heart, all right, and is given to people at will, all right. And so, but in doing this, some people believe that love is a 50-50 partnership, meaning if I want to show love to someone, I must expect at a point the person must respond, must give me a corresponding emotion or attitude or character towards me. So in other words, we are saying that love is like a business, a deal, okay, whereby we bring in 50% of affection, caring, what's it called, emotions and attention, all those kind of things. And then we wait. We stop at 50 and we wait until the other person gives us, a corresponding, response of what we have given out. Okay, that is the misconception that they have. I want to say that when we're talking about real love, true love, it goes beyond, it doesn't stop at 50%. It is sacrificial. Love, true love is sacrificial. True love doesn't wait for, a response, a corresponding, response to what we have given out. Love just gives out. Love gives out. Love gives out. Love gives out attention. It gives out emotions. It gives out, positive emotions now. Caring attitude, think about lots of positive things. Love gives those things out, but it doesn't wait for the corresponding response of the same nature. All right, that is one thing I want us to quickly clarify. So let us correct our minds. If we are thinking that when we're talking about love, whether we are married or not married, whether we are dealing with our parents or dealing with our children, whether we are dealing with our neighbors or our friends, whether we are dealing with people who are outside, our colleagues, love is the same. Love doesn't have different colors. All right. Well, some people in the world, in our society today, or according to history, says that there are different kinds of love, and they say some of them is filial love, agape love, what's it called, what's it called, erotic love, and things like that. Now, I don't think that there are different kinds of love. All right, people have given their own understanding of love, and they say that that love is filial. The love that they know is filial. This one is erotic. This one is blah blah blah. Okay, but love is something totally different. We're getting to it. Number two misconception is that some people believe that when you love someone, it means that you do not let them go. You understand? So loving someone means never letting go. Never letting go of the person. Never letting go of your maybe a relationship that you have built. Okay? Now, if you have this thought or this notion about love, it is not right. It is not true. Because if you do not let go of the person that you love or you're showing love to, it can lead further to obsession. You understand what I'm saying? And from obsession, it can go into you harming the person or the person harming you. You understand what I'm saying? So it will change the whole idea, the whole concept of what you have or what you're trying to give to the person. For example, if a parent loves a child, okay, and they fail to realize that this child, excuse me, sorry, I got a cold. So if the parent fails to realize that their child is mature enough and should be released, they should give the child space. The child should be able to decide for him or herself, must be able to live separate and away from them, must not make it a priority or a must to consider what they will think about what he wants to do or not want to do, then if they are doing that for me, if they're not thinking about that for their child, then that love that they have for that child has turned into something else. Okay, it has turned into obsession. Okay, and if that child wants to be free from the so kind of love that the parent is showing towards him or her, then that child can either harm the parent, can curse the parent, can run away from the parent, can do so many things that could be heartbreaking towards the parent, or towards he himself. Lots of people have their lives have been destroyed, all because their parents they care too much for them. All right, they care too much for them. So this is a misconception about love. Let us correct it. Number 3 point we need to understand about some of the misconceptions we find around is that when you are loved, some people believe that when they are loved, they can never feel lonely. When they are loved, they can never feel lonely. Now, when you love someone, okay, you want to be there for the person or for the person one way or the other, okay. So, but when it comes to the idea of loneliness is a state of the mind, heart, emotion, and body. If the needs of the mind is not met, the mind can be lonely. If the needs of the heart is not met, the heart can be lonely. But what do I mean? For example, we have so many people, especially maybe scholars or people who have a bias or who believe in something. Other people don't believe in what they believe in. They feel lonely based on that matter. Okay? All right? When it comes to the loneliness of the heart, all right, it is something that you can even be married, all right, but yet there's something in you that you still feel lonely about, that your husband or your wife cannot feel. All right, you can. So loneliness is something that is beyond a physical presence or beyond a physical friendship. You know what I'm saying? So when people think that when they are loved, that their loneliness will disappear, it is a big mistake. It is far from the truth. Number 4, some people believe that true love knows no bounds. True love knows no bound. In other words, they are saying that when somebody says he loves him or her, the person should not criticize him or her. The person should not rebuke or correct him or her. You understand? And so many kinds of things like that. So that's a misconception about love. In love, there is correction. In love, there is room for chastisement, for rebuke. There is room for disagreement. All right? So please let us understand this. So some people believe that love is blind. Love doesn't have eyes. Love does not see. All right? I think that the genesis of this kind of statement comes from people who fall in love. For example, couples who suddenly became in love with each other. All right? They don't see some of those disadvantages or some of the what do I call it? some characters that they don't like. All right, they don't pay attention to those things. They're all over, they're head over heels in love with each other. They're not considering some particular things that could be a problem for them in the future. Okay, so they say love is blind. Now, beyond relationship, relationships that leads to marriages or things like that, or leads to sexual interaction, things like that. Love is not blind. In fact, love deals with knowledge. Love deals with knowledge. When there is true love comes when there is knowledge. The person is not in the dark. It's not saying that, okay, I have not seen this, but I've not seen this, all right? So I love you based on that foundation. Love sees all the mistakes. Love sees all the bad sides and all the good sides, all right? But love accepts the person and tries to correct those bad things or those bad areas of that person's character. Okay, remember talking about values and character development. Now, quickly, let's now come to the understanding of what love is. From the idea that we have established about the misconceptions people have about love, okay, what can we say about love? Love is beyond human feelings. Love is with knowledge. Love is interested in the growth, prosperity, advancement of the other person. Love is sacrificial. Love is selfless. Love is true. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love is enduring. All right. These are the characteristics. These are the attributes that we can see in true love. You understand what I'm saying? And if you look at these characteristics, if you find it in a human being, the person will be lovable. You will not struggle to relate with a person. If somebody tells you that people don't like him or her, people don't love them, people don't care about them, they are always complaining. The problem is not about them. People don't love these people, this kind of persons. It's because the person, him or herself, is not exhibiting the characters that can make him or her lovable. When you are exhibiting the character that makes people and makes you lovable, people will love you naturally. You will not struggle to find friends. You will not struggle for your voice to be heard. You will not need the social media for you to be able to do things, because once you have told 2 or 3 people, they are going to bring 20, 50, 100 people to closer to you just to achieve your aim. It is because we have the characteristics of love. You have the values, the attributes of love. And that is why we are here today. You understand what I'm saying? One vital thing that we must understand is love. We are a product of love. We human beings are a product of love. You understand? When we say product, that means end result, right? So if we are a product of love, then Where did we come from? We came from a seed. Love is a seed. A seed sown, nurtured, allowed to germinate, to come to full maturity, and then it produces fruit. All right? Let's take the example of reproduction. A male and female comes together, all right? And then the male puts his seed in the female. The seed is sown, it germinates, it grows. When it comes to full maturity, it comes out as a baby. Okay? That is what love is all about. And it is not all the time that you sow that you expect immediate result. Love is not just one seed that you sow. It's a continuous sowing. A continuous sowing. A continuous sowing. That is why this defeats the misconception of people, the misconception people have about love, saying that love is 50-50. No, love is a continuous sowing. Not by everybody, actually. If you say that you love someone, or you want to build a character of love, you must be prepared to always sow. It will be difficult for you to stop giving. It will be very difficult for you to stop giving, because giving is one of the strong attributes of love. Giving is one of the strong attributes of love. Now, how do we know that somebody is really, has the characteristics of love? How do we know? We know by the way we sort our differences. Number one, we know that somebody has the characteristics of love, by how the person, sorts out differences with people. What do I mean? People will offend you naturally, because, we have different perspectives, we have different characters and things like that. And we have different pursuits, different needs as well. So if their needs are not met, they'll try and fight back to get their needs. Or they may just go beyond their boundaries in one way or the other. So somehow they will offend you. Now, how do we know that you have true love? You're offended in your heart, right? But because you are a product of love and you want to show true love to people, you decide to forgive them. All right? You decide to forgive them. And when you forgive someone, you let go of them from their heart. From your heart, sorry. You let go. You don't hold back the facts. You don't hold back the dates. You don't hold back the event that brings back memories to your mind. Rather, you forgive them. You call them and you say, you did this to me. You did that to me. They are wrong. You offended me. The person may try to brain me with you. May show that the person may be proud, or may be boastful, or may be, not really understanding, or not being reasonable. Okay? Nevertheless, you try to make amends. You are looking for peace. You pursue peace with all men. That's love. Okay? We know that you don't go all out to fight people, even by taking them to court or by doing so many other things, if indeed you have true love within you. You get it? I'm not saying that there's some situations that will not require you to take people to the court or whatever it is, but part of the teachings of true love is when you love someone, you forgive the person, even of the so wicked things they have done for you. You pay evil with good. That is, they have done evil to you. You don't pay them back in their own coin. Rather, you pay them back with good. Take for example, somebody does you harm, and it is natural for human beings to retaliate. Because you are somebody who has a character of love, who has made love your value, what should you do? Rather than retaliate, fight the person back or whatever, you forgive them. All right? You forgive them, you let them go, all right? But you maintain your self-respect, self-dignity. You understand? Okay? Why I brought up the issue of your self-respect is, I mean, what I understand about this matter is, when we forgive people, we open up our hearts to them. We hug them. We show to them that we are forgiving them, that we have let bygones be bygones. All right? But we must be wise. Okay? Because the person will say, oh, last time I did this to him. He's an easy person. He can be dealt with easily. And this time, if I do this thing to him or her again, hey, you will forgive me again. You will just let me go. You understand? That's where you give your space. You create your space. All right. You preserve yourself. You preserve your mind. You preserve your heart. You guard your heart against future evil occurrences that may be coming from that same particular place. You see what I'm saying? So it is important that we understand this. It's important that we understand this quickly. Because of time, how can we show maybe I should before we go into that, let's look at some clear truths about love. Some clear truths about love. Number one, love is not about what you get from people or what you are hoping to get from people. Right? No, it is about what you are willing to surrender. I'd like to say that again. Love is not about what you get or what you are hoping to get from some people or from someone. Rather, it is about what you are willing to surrender. What are you willing to surrender to people? Are you willing to surrender your time, even though you don't really have that time? Are you willing to surrender your time to help people, to support people, to encourage people, to, give them your attention? That's love. Okay, if you do that, that's love. Are you willing to give your money to people, to encourage them, to help them, to enable them to solve some problems? Are you able to give your energy, your physical presence to doing things for people? Those are the characteristics of love. Those are, manifestations of love. Number 2, truths about love. Remove yourself from the picture when it comes to love. Remove yourself from the picture. Learn to focus on other people. Learn to focus on other people. Love denies self. Love sacrifices self in order to reach out to people. Love denies self. It sacrifices self in order to reach out to other people. Now, when you sacrifice to people, for people, many people cannot sacrifice, for other people. They can only do it for their loved ones, like their parents, their siblings, their spouse, their children, maybe some of their friends, okay? But sacrifice is not only meant to be given to only those who are close to us or those who are important to us. There are lots of people all around us that we can sacrifice a lot of things for them too. Finances, time, energy. People who we don't even know. People who are unqualified, in quotes, unqualified to be helped by us. You understand? People who don't deserve our help. Who are those people who don't deserve your help? Maybe your enemies, for example. For example, you can imagine somebody who has done you harm, who is angry at you, who has done so many wicked things to you. The person now comes to meet you one day and say, please brother, I have this problem. Can you please help me? Please go. The person does not deserve your help. Okay? But true love will not look at those things the person has done to the person. Rather, true love will sacrifice. Will sacrifice. True love will sacrifice. If you are thinking of love, you are thinking of building the character of love, always think about people. They should be your focus. If you are thinking of love, always think about people. They should be your focus. All right? Okay? Now, how to show love to other people? How can we sow seeds of love, into the lives of people, into some environment? I want to say that lots of people sowed seeds of love into me to make me who I am today. They gave me their time. They gave me their resources. They gave me their attention. They gave me so many things. All right. And today, by God's grace, I am where I am. Okay. And I thank God for God. I thank God for these people. All right. Probably, if they did not sow these seeds into my life, I would never be where I am today. You understand? So, we should learn to sow seeds in lives of people, in different areas, in different environments. People who don't even know at all. All right? Let me see what our friends are writing. And some people joined us a long time, but I didn't want to stop. I lost speaking on because of time. Watching with us today is Brian Sempebwa. Sempebwa. I appreciate your coming to the platform to learn. Please, I love in this platform that we share ideas. We write our comments, we write our thoughts. We can learn from you as well, just as you are learning from us. You know, we can do so many things together. You know, it's a platform to learn. It's a platform to meet people, to learn from each other. So David Sempala, thank you for joining us. Fred, thank you for joining us. Peter Kamwada, thank you for joining us. Let's see. Paul O'Mara also, thank you for joining us. Joseph, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to see you all here. Now, let's just read a few of the things that we have seen here. Okay, yeah, I think my wife has been helping us in writing the messages. I mean, the things that we're talking about. She spoke about misconceptions of love. Number one, love is a 50-50 partnership or deal. True love gives out without expecting anything in return. Okay. Number two, never let go of the person. This can lead to obsession and harm. Three, when you are loved, you can feel lonely. When the needs of the heart are not met, the heart can be lonely. Yes. Thank you, my sweetheart. Number four, true love knows no bounds. In love, there is room for rebuke, disagreement, chastisement. Love is not blind. Love deals with knowledge. Love sees all the strengths and weaknesses and encourages the positives while helps to work on the negative. Love is interested in the growth of other people, and love endures all the time. Great. Human beings are a product of love. Love is a seed sown that is continuously sown. Beautiful. True love is shown by how we recite. We recycle. I think it should be how we not recite particularly, how we resolve conflicts. Okay, when we forgive, we let go of the event in order to pursue peace. Great, thank you, my sweetheart. Truth about love is not about what you get from others, rather it's about what you're willing to surrender. That's correct. Love denies self. You remove yourself from the picture. Sacrificial love focuses on others. Okay, thank you, my sweetheart. Okay, quickly, how can we learn to sow seeds of love in the lives of people? Those that we know, those that we don't know. This can be an exercise in rebuilding ourselves, but it can also have a rewarding experience too. Number one, give and don't expect the favor to be returned back to you. Give or show favors and don't expect the favor to be returned back to you, especially from those set of people that you are showing that favor or giving to. Now, if you do that, you are learning to sow seeds in the lives of people. Okay, good. Number two, treat others the same way you want to be treated. I think that is a golden rule when it comes to having a lasting, enduring relationship. Okay, now the same also is in love. You know, if you treat people the right way, naturally they will treat you the right way. Do not treat you as a piece of material that can be used and dumped. A material that can be used that can be, abused and things like that. When you treat people with respect, with honor, it will be very difficult for them to return back to you. with something bad. It may happen, but it seldom happens. Okay. Now, number 3, learn to praise or applaud people for every little thing, every little positive thing that they do. Learn to praise or applaud people for every little positive thing that they do. Now, many of us take people for granted. We don't usually see, or we see the good things that people are doing, we just take it for granted. We just say, well, it is his responsibility, it's our responsibility. Did I not care for him also when I was when I was training her up? At least this is the voice of parents with their children now. Did I not spend time to take care of him or her when she was a child? Did I not put him a lot of things to ensure that the child is well brought up, went to a good school, and things like that? Now, and so they now take the child for granted to a point that they don't see the good thing that the child is doing. But when the child fails to do those things, then there is war. That is not a way to sow seeds of love. Sowing seeds of love, every little thing that somebody does that is positive, you must learn to say thank you. You must learn to praise the person. You must learn to appreciate the person. Some people, okay, for example, we have some wonderful people coming to our platform every Saturday to, not because that we are the best, not because we know it all, not at all, but because of pure love. People like Sister Chinwe Ananaba, people like Sister June Bugenyi, Paul Ishuku Foriade, and so many other people that I don't mention as a result of time. All right. Now, these people come to the platform, they contribute, they friendship with us using this platform. Okay. Now, we don't take them for granted. We appreciate them. We speak about it boldly. I think the last time I did a live broadcast here, if you watch me carefully, I was wearing a material. Okay. The material, it was a shirt, right? But the fabric was actually one of Brother Paul's last Said Me anniversary. Okay. Now in Nigeria they have something they call Ashrebi, meaning that people tend to wear the same material. They can sew different designs, but it's wear the same material. Okay. So I intentionally wore that material, to come and do the live broadcast. Why? Because I appreciate his brother. Because I appreciate him. Okay, and when I after the live broadcast, and I spoke to him, I said, you see, we are giving praise to God for Said Me. This is part of the announcement we are making. So, when you are sowing seeds of love, you praise people. You praise people. You praise people. Don't take the little things people do for you for granted. Whether they help you bring a cup of water, say thank you, appreciate them. Whether they help you to iron some clothes, appreciate them. Thank you. Notice them. Give a shout out to them anywhere you find yourself. Okay, what you are doing, you are sowing seeds of love. Quickly, the next point is learn to meet the needs of other people. Learn to meet the needs of other people. When out of the blues, people's needs are met, it becomes a miracle to them. All right? They are not only grateful, but they sense sincere love from you. Okay? So, take it as a point of duty that you look around you, look for needs around you, especially of people, all right, and look at how you can meet those needs. I'm not saying that you can meet all of their needs, at least some specific ones, those ones that you are in the capacity, you have the capacity of meeting. So it is very, very important that we learn to do that. Okay, quickly, I'd like to make a few quotations about praising people. I just saw this quote by Dennis Leonard. He's a CEO and founder of Legacy Publishers. He said, people who praise lead others not by intimidation but by inspiration. People who praise leads others not by intimidation but by inspiration. Please do not be the person who is always looking for something to criticize in somebody. It's not a sign of showing. You're not building the character of love at all. All right. Rather, look for positive things in a person and praise the person with it. Okay. And if you do this consciously, you suddenly begin to lose. Even if you see something that is not right, or something that is bad, or something that needs to be corrected, you will not be overly disturbed or concerned about the person. Rather, you will show the person, you will treat the person with love, that by the time you mention those things that needs to be corrected, the person will take it so lightly, will take it so happily. We take it with a gladness of heart, not with anger or annoyance. Finally, what crushes love? I need to mention this because we are trying to build the character of love, right? But also, we must also watch out. We must also watch out because there's some things that can cripple us from growing that character of love. Okay? Number one, accusations. Please don't be the person that accuses people. If you can take responsibility for yourself, and even sometimes responsibility for what you are directly or indirectly aware or involved in, okay? But don't be in the don't have the custom of accusing people. If you do that, you are killing the seeds of love you've already sown. Number two, pride. Pride crushes love. If you are the person who has been sowing seeds of love, and rather than people seeing that those seeds of love, if they see pride in you, they will draw back from you. All right, they will draw back from your person. They will forget everything that you have done that looks positive, and they will concentrate on that thing that you carry, pride. So if you're somebody who is proudful, who cannot humble him or herself, it is important that you check yourself again and you learn to, be a base, to lift people up. All right. So that will be something that we must understand. Accusations, pride, they crush love. Number three, bitterness. What can make you bitter? What can make you so disheartened that makes you lose your mind? Not make your mind to think straight or think well. What is that thing that is causing you anger, resentment? Okay? That's making you feel dejected. Those things, they kill your spirit. What they are doing is they they make you lose the sense of yourself and the sense of your worth. Okay, remember, you are a product of love. So we must learn never to allow bitterness, anger, or resentment to have a place in us. But neither should we be bitter towards people or show resentment towards people, or release our anger uncontrollable at people. So these accusations, pride, bitterness, anger, they crush love. They crush love. The next point, the next 2 points, okay, the last point I want to mention because of our time is evil speaking. You are someone who is sowing seeds of love in different ways. You are helping people, you are meeting their needs, you are caring for them, and things like that. But if you speak evil of people, oh my God, they will just forget all the good things that you have been doing. They will forget all the brilliant things that you have been doing, because it looks like you wearing rags. You put rags on your rich clothing. All right. So evil speaking is like putting dirty rags on yourself. Okay. So please do not be a person that is speaking evil of people. You can talk about the things that they did, that is wrong, okay, but do it with love, do it with caution. All right. Don't, if you are speaking evil of people, I tell you, you cannot reap love. You cannot reap love. Hello, Sister Ochuko Siprako. Thank you for joining us this Saturday. By the way, actually, this Saturday we started a bit later than usual. We gave the announcement that we will not be able to come in early yesterday. So this morning we had to come in at 8 o'clock. But I hope that you're not annoyed with us. Please forgive us. Thank you for joining us today. I bring you love, greetings from my family, from my wonderful, beautiful wife, Esther Kuganji. How are you doing? And it's a pleasure talking to you all today. I hope we have learned some new things about love, all right, as a value and a character that we can develop in ourselves, so that it can encapsulate all the things that we have learned, that we know, and they can encourage our souls as well. So please let us also teach other people, and we can share this video, this live broadcast to on our pages. They can learn from that as well. It is all a part of showing love, giving, kindness, and then definitely we will reap the benefits of doing it. So thank you for joining us today. We have to go now. Bye. Love you.